If you're sewing your own clothes or thinking about it, here are a few things you really don't want to do. In today's video, I'm going to go over 10 things you want to avoid to make sure your clothes look polished, feel great, and last for a really long time. Most of these I've learned the hard way, and I want to share with you so you don't have to go to the trouble. Now let's dive in. Never assume that two fabrics behave the same. Even if you have two cotton fabrics, 100% cotton, one could wrinkle more, they could drape differently, one might have a little bit more stretch in it. You really have to take the fabric and move it around and see how it behaves before you even cut into it. I made this mistake. It was two different fabrics, but I had a design that I made with this brushed poly and loved this dress. I'll put a picture of it here. And so I decided that I wanted the similar dress made from Ponte, and the design just didn't do as well in the Ponte. The Ponte was a little bit more firm and heavy, so I really did not like the design. So anytime you are going to be making a design, think about the weight and the stretch, all these things with your fabric in order to determine if it's going to really work for that design. And if you're wondering where I actually buy my fabric, I put together a free list of my favorite fabric stores. It's linked below if you want to check it out. Never ignore the order of construction. If you have a commercial pattern, it'll walk you through all the steps of how to complete that garment. So it's important to follow that order, even though you think maybe something would be faster or you might skip steps. Skipping steps is usually always a really bad thing. I've done it in the past and I've learned not to skip steps. Things that I used to skip in the past would be pressing, understitching, stay stitching. These are kind of things that seem like they just take extra time, but they're really important. So go through the complete order in your commercial pattern, or I don't buy commercial patterns personally. I make my own patterns, so I have my own order of construction. So I do think about that very carefully when I design a new garment, to think which seam do I have to sew first in order to get a nice clean finish in the end. I have created a guide on the order of construction for any garment of what you want to sew in what order, and I have a link of that below as well. Never use a needle with the wrong size or type. It can cause slipped stitches. It's hard to say. It can cause pulls. It can actually damage your fabric as well. So it's really important to make sure that you always change your needle to align with the fabric that you're using. I've also created a full guide of all the needle types and what fabrics they go with. You can check that out, link in the description below. For example, a universal needle might work great on woven or even a Ponte, which is somewhat of a knit, but it wouldn't do as well on a very stretchy knit or something very delicate. So always match your needle with your fabric, and when in doubt, test it out first. Never force your fabric through the machine. If your fabric is not feeding properly, stop and figure out why. Perhaps you need a walking foot because the fabric is too slippery or it's too thick. And you might need to have a different needle. Or you might just be impatient, and so you're trying to move it faster than the feed dogs will allow, and so you're pushing that for that reason, which is definitely not good. You want the fabric to just go through, the machine is going to pull it through, and your hands are just there to guide the fabric, not to push. If you push the fabric through, you might end up with a broken needle, or you could have crooked seams, or you could have your stitches could be uneven. So definitely don't do that. If you want to sew faster, just push down your presser foot, faster to make the machine go faster. Never sew over pins. When I first started sewing, I always sewed over pins. I did break quite a few needles that way. It can also damage your machine besides just breaking needles. So I never do that anymore. I actually pin my fabric in a different way, so it makes it impossible for me to sew over it. And I always remove it as I'm going. It takes an extra second to do that for each pin, but it's totally worth it. I want to make sure I keep my machine in really good order, and I don't want to be breaking needles, and it's also dangerous because the needle could fly up and hit you in the face. So I do avoid that now at all costs. Never cut your fabric without carefully checking the grain line. You want to make sure when you're laying out your pattern that you're measuring that everything is on the proper grain line. If you don't do this correctly, you'll end up potentially with a garment that has weird twists to it. You could have uneven hemline, or it just might not hang properly. It's really, really not a good thing. You need to do this for your lining as well as your fashion fabric. And it's just vital that you make sure that it is on the proper grain. Never skip pre-washing your fabric. I don't even let my fabric get onto my shelves here until they're washed and dried, and then I'll fold. And so everything on my shelf I know is pre-washed. And in my fabric swatch book, I also put a check to indicate that it's washed. So if you actually want to get the template for this fabric swatch book, there's a link in the description below. If you don't pre-wash your fabric, what you'll find is your fabric could shrink. You want to remove any of the chemicals and dirt that's on your fabric, and you want to make it softer. So wash and dry your fabric as you plan to do moving forward. If you want to hand wash it, you do it that way. If machine wash and dryer is okay, then that's how I would do it, to make sure that then when you make your final garment, you're not going to have any shrinkage or just damage to the way that you've washed it. Because then when you make your final garment, you don't want anything shrinking. So then the garment's not going to fit you properly. That would just be very disappointing. Always make sure you're transferring all your markings over into your cutout fabric. These are things like notches. It's very important, like your notches for your armhole. There's always like one notch on the front and two notches on the back. If you wouldn't put these on properly, you might be sewing your armhole on backwards, and then that's frustrating. You're going to have to like rip it out and re-sew it. You also want to carefully mark where your darts are so you're not sewing darts in the wrong place. I also mark the wrong side on fabrics that look the same on the front and the back, so I can prevent, sewing things in, backwards as well. To do my markings, I use Tailor's chalk primarily, but I also have erasable pens, which I like. It depends on which fabric and what color I'm using. That will depend on which marking device I'll choose. Never forget to finish your seams. Your garment might look great on the outside, but if you have raw seams on the inside, they're going to start unraveling and your garment really won't last as long. So you do not need a serger to finish seams, even though that's my preferred method. If you do not have a serger, you can either just use your zigzag stitch on your sewing machine, which everyone would have, or you can use pinking shears, which are great, to prevent the fraying. It's important that the inside of your garment looks just as beautiful as the outside. And also you want to make sure that it lasts long and you don't have a bunch of fraying edges. And the most important is don't let perfectionism stop you. I make mistakes probably in every single garment I make. It's frustrating, but I fix them and then you learn as you go. So just getting in there, don't let, the fear of making mistakes stop you from sewing. Just plow forward, learn from your mistakes, and mostly they're going to be small mistakes that no one's going to notice. And I often then eventually have forgotten of a mistake that I made that maybe really bothers me when I first make the garment, but then a few months down the road, I've completely forgotten about it and I love wearing the garment. Are you ready to put these tips into action? Head over to this video here where I'll walk you through 3 easy projects that you can make using your scraps. Okay, confession time. Which of these have you done? Please let me know in the comment below. And if you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe.